So what on earth is 5D? We hear this thrown around, lots and lots of people that are channeling are talking about this 5D. People on a spiritual path are using this term often. What is it? For us to understand what fifth dimension is, 5D, we have to first understand 3D and 4D. So the 3D or third dimension is where the majority of human beings are currently living. This is a sense where we are governed only by the five senses. So if I can see it, hear it, taste it, touch it, smell it, then it is real. Anything outside of that is not real. Okay, it's a very limited way of living. We don't realize our potential as human beings at that level. So like I said, the majority of human beings are living at that level right now. It is a level where we feel a sense of separation. We are separate from other people. We are separate from God. We are separate. If you look at races, we're all different. If you look at religion, we're different. If you look at the countries we come from, we're different. We're all separate. And it is really also governed by our subconscious mind in terms of what we've been conditioned to believe. So in the first 7 years of our lives, our brain is like a sponge. It's operating like if you take a sponge and you throw it into dirty water, it's going to absorb all of that water. If you take the sponge, throw it into clean water, it'll absorb all the clean water, right? So it doesn't discern, this is good, I'll take it in. This is not good, I'm not going to take it in. We just simply absorb everything. So that means that we are conditioned to believe, for example, our religious beliefs are conditioned into us. Good and bad, right and wrong, moral ethics, all of that, it's conditioned into us. What we should do, what women are like, what men are like, what boys are like, girls are like, what we're supposed to achieve in our lives, right? You go to school, you get good grades, then you go to university, you decide on a career path, you study really hard, you work really hard, and you get into this job, and then you're working, 40 hours a week for the next 40 years of your life, doing what is expected of you because you need to earn that money so that you can have the car, have the house, get married, have the family, and all of it is conditioned, it's programmed into us. So as long as we're living in the program or in the matrix, as we call it, we are living in accordance with other people's expectations of us, okay? We're living unconsciously, separate. That is why we experience challenges. We feel the lack, the limitations there. And the challenges that come to us are either, it's got to come to us in some way, right? For us to wake up out of this third dimensional living. So it's either going to come to us as relationship issues, either I can't find a partner, I don't know why, or it's going to be problems that you have within your relationships, whether it's with your partner, with your kids, with your parents, with your siblings, with co-workers. It's going to be all of those kind of relationship issues that come up for you. Or it's going to be a physical ailment. So out of the blue, here's this physical ailment. I don't know how to deal with it. And, I'm trying. I'm giving all my power away to the doctor because they know what to do. And I'm just simply going to follow. They're going to give me a bunch of medication. I'm going to take this medication. Can you see? There's no power in that. And then the third way that we get challenged is in our finances. So career and finances. So we have money problems, right? We feel that I'm working really hard, but I'm not really earning enough money, or we get retrenched, or we're in business and business is really not thriving. We're just surviving. So when these issues come at you, you'll feel that the emotions of anger or sadness or fear or grief or blame, judgment, guilt, shame, all of these emotions will start coming up. And the reason all of this happens is because it is waking you up out of this third dimension to realize that you are so much more than what you were told you are. You are so much more than what you have believed that you are up until this point in time, right? So when you start questioning and when you start asking the right questions, like, instead of why is this happening to me? I've got this ailment. Why is it happening to me? I lost my job. Why is this happening to me? Don't have enough money, or why is my partner being so mean to me? This is a level of consciousness where we are in victim mode. So life is happening to me. I'm the victim here. I've got to just react to everything life is throwing me, right? But at some point, when the pain becomes really, really strong, what happens is there's a little spark, a little voice in your head that says, surely there's a better way. I want to understand why I am in this situation right now and what I can do to shift it. And the minute you start thinking in this way, you're coming out of third dimension and you're now stepping into fourth dimension. So fourth dimension is about transformation. It is when you start to realize that I am not this name that I have. I am not this title that I have. I'm not this body. I am not, somebody's son, daughter, mother, father, sister, brother. I'm not just those things. This is the human experience that I'm having. I'm experiencing life as those characters. But it's not who I am. So who am I? Can you see now this big question comes? And these are the right questions to ask. Who am I? Why am I here? What am I here to do, to achieve, to experience? See, so now when you start asking those questions, you start looking at the beliefs that you have. You say, okay, right now, financially, I'm in a really bad space. Why is this happening? So then you start looking at what are the beliefs that I have around money. And then when you find those limiting beliefs, like, money is the root of all evil, the stinking rich and stuff like that, money doesn't grow on trees, and the greedy rich. And when we start realizing, oh, if I'm holding all of these beliefs, I can't hold those beliefs and become wealthy, right? I've got to actually inspect those beliefs, release those beliefs. Same thing with relationships. So when we start waking up in the fourth dimension, we start questioning, what is it that I have been believing? What is it that I have been feeling? What actions have I been taking that has led me to this point? So all those things that are not serving me, I need to release and let go. All right? So I'm not this person, I'm not this. So we start letting go of this. I'm not this limiting beliefs. I'm not this person that is struggling. I can observe this person that is struggling, but I am not that person. So the fourth dimension is actually a very exciting time if you voluntarily or willingly start asking the right questions. So wherever you are right now, don't wait until you hit rock bottom and then start asking the questions. Wherever you are, take a step back, go within and start asking. Look at an area in your life where you want transformation. And that is your soul calling to you and saying, here is an opportunity for you to know yourself. All right, so that's fourth dimension. And then the fifth dimension, which is really, really exciting, is where we come into the I am presence. The I am presence, it's a state of higher consciousness where now we're starting to realize who we are as infinite potential. We realize that if we're seeking love in our lives, that we're only seeking it because we have forgotten our true nature is love. So when you realize in fifth dimension, it is I am love. And it is feeling it in every cell of your body. It is opening yourself up to it. It is such an immense feeling of joy and love and expansion. And from the fifth dimension, when you are tapping into that kind of higher level consciousness, it almost instantaneously transcends the lower frequencies. So when we come from love, and I'm not talking about romantic love, right? Because romantic love is you do what I want you to do and I love you, and you don't do what I want and I don't love you anymore, okay? So we're not talking about the Hollywood kind of romantic love. We're talking about a deep, unconditional love, love for self, love for life, love for the world, love for everyone. It's a very different frequency, right? So 5D means that we're starting to resonate with these elevated emotions like love and peace and joy. We are inspired. That is what 5D is. But we can only get to 5D by going through 4D, which is the transformation. We've got to drop the stuff that does not work for us, and we've got to embrace our true nature. Okay, so all of this is really great when we talk about it. If it's making sense to you, that's fantastic, right? But as human beings, we can only change, transcend, transform if we can make it practical. So how do we make it practical, the shift from 3D to 4D to 5D? We make it practical by choosing an area in our lives where we are feeling that we are challenged. And now we say, okay, I want to take this area of my life. So let's say it's relationships, whether you can't find a partner or whether you're having issues within your relationship, you say, okay, I'm going to focus on relationships, right? And I'm going to figure out everything that's holding me back, everything that is not serving me, and I'm going to start releasing all this. And the moment you start releasing, already you're going to start feeling differently, you're going to feel lighter, you're going to feel better, because you're now starting to tap into your true nature when you release what is not true. All right? So then you work on, okay, so now that I've released that, what is it that I can embrace? What do I bring in? So that's the work that we do. Changing your mind, shifting the emotions, shifting your actions, your behaviors, all of that. When we transform that and we keep doing the work, and the work does not have to be difficult. The work can actually be fun if you're doing it willingly, right? If you're not doing it willingly, you're still going to learn and grow, but you're going to get hit on the head with challenge after challenge after challenge. Okay, so the easy way is to go voluntarily when things are not rock bottom, and you say, okay, I know that my relationship can be a lot better than it is right now, or I know that there is a partner out there for me. I just need to figure out what's blocking me from having that. So when you do that, and then you start aligning with that ideal relationship, so you're moving yourself now from 3D into 4D, and the true alignment, the feeling of being in that relationship and having all of that, that is your fifth dimension. So when you do that, when you work in the fourth dimension, everything that you desire is going to start coming to you. At fifth dimensional level, we don't do anything. At fifth dimensional, when we become love, everything that is loving is attracted to us. So whether it's a partner or whether it is a best friend or whatever we want, it is going to be attracted. It comes to you. You magnetize it to you. Okay? So likewise, if you have money issues, you have to go from 3D, lack and limitation, figure out where those false limiting beliefs, right? False beliefs lie. You're going to figure out where those are. You're going to start releasing all of that. You're going to figure out where's all the stuck emotions that came from experiences that I had around money. right? Where I lost money, I was cheated out of money, someone borrowed money and didn't return it, all of that, where I struggled, I couldn't pay my bills. So all of that is causing emotional blocks in our body. So as we start releasing all of this emotional blocks, we start realizing, I release that, what do I embrace? How do I embrace a prosperity mindset? Because that is my natural state. So then when you move into 5D, 5D is not a state of working and doing. 5D is a state of being. So then you realize, I am unlimited abundance. And when you come to that state where you know it, you feel it, you're resonating with it, you're radiating it, guess what? Abundance is going to be attracted to you. It's going to come flying in from so many different sources, right? You're going to start to wonder, where was it all this time? So you can see now what fifth dimensional consciousness is. Okay, so majority of the world in 3D, wake up voluntarily. Don't wait for challenge after challenge after challenge. And if you're having small challenges with money or with health or with relationships, don't wait until those challenges become so difficult that you actually can't think straight and you're trying to resolve it from that really low frequency place. So if you're in a place where, you know, things are not great, but I still have the consciousness to shift this, right? So I want to voluntarily shift it before it gets any worse than it is. All right, so that is what 5D is about, guys. I would love for you to, you know, drop a few comments, like the video, share the video. That is the way to grow this channel. I really appreciate you being here, and the more likes, comments, shares we get, the more the video is shown to other people. All right, so be the change in the world.